The Justice Department unsealed an indictment on Friday charging 3 notorious Iranian paramilitary group members with hacking the Trump campaign and then leaking some of that sensitive information to the Biden-Harris campaign earlier this year. The hacking campaign began in January 2020 when Trump was still in office and had ordered a fatal airstrike on IRGC commander Qasem Soleimani. The 3 members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps were charged in what the Justice Department said was a wide-ranging hacking campaign, employing fake personas and targeting at least 4 separate Trump campaign operatives, as well as current and former U.S. government officials and journalists. The hackers impersonated the wife of a sitting U.S. Supreme Court justice, claimed to be running a Middle East nonprofit, and sent invitations to a phony holiday party at the United Arab Emirates embassy in D.C. The charges were brought by the D.C. U.S. Attorney Matthew Graves, providing material support to a terror group, computer fraud, wire fraud, identity theft, and others. The 37-page indictment details how the hackers sent out phishing emails to many of the current and former U.S. government officials, and then later used some of those emails as leverage once compromising their data to reach out to other victims. At least 14 victims in total were named in the indictment. Those included details pointing to former Special Iran Representative Brian Hook, U.S. Institute of Peace scholar Robin Wright, former U.S. Ambassador to Israel David Friedman. The indictment comes after the intelligence community several times has pointed out that Iran is trying to disseminate information to help Kamala Harris win the 2024 election and keep Donald Trump out of a second term in the White House. The intelligence community last month disclosed that the Trump campaign had been hacked and that many of those contents had subsequently been leaked to the Biden campaign. But the indictment details even further that the first leak occurred on June 27th, when Biden and Trump were set to debate on CNN later that evening. The hack included debate preparations that Trump was reportedly leaning on, and a subsequent dossier on his vice presidential candidate, J.D. Vance, was also disseminated later that summer. The indictment notes that no members of the Biden campaign or the succeeding Harris campaign responded to the emails. The Iranian hackers then sought to disseminate the information through various journalists in August and September. No one published any materials until Ken Klippenstein published a dossier on J.D. Vance that was purportedly used by the Trump campaign in the vetting process on his Substack and on X, but later had his account suspended because many details within that dossier were considered a violation of the safety policy of X, such as the location of J.D. Vance's family home, his social security number with a few numbers marked out, and his personal phone number.